Hi, I'm Wes Allen with DM Tales, and I just got back from PAX U. Let's roll it. So this year at PAX U, I had a little bit more of a plan than I had last year, where I just went in blind and had no idea what I was doing. First con, first time doing any type of interview as a media guy, first time pretty much for everything and being a large crowd since COVID. So it was a little bit of a different experience, and I kind of would go in, get my feet wet, and then run home. And I'm really nearby, so that's kind of easy for me to do. This year I had a plan. I was going to get there at opening, and I was going to stay as late as I could and then go back on Saturday. I knew I had something to do Saturday morning. We were decorating the church for Advent, and so I knew I was going to get there later, but again, I wanted to stay as late as I possibly could. And I did set up some things there to keep me longer in case my introversion kicked in and said, hey, it's time for you to go run away now. On Friday, I actually ran an index card RPG one-shot called The Ocean Incident, which was kind of a cross between Farscape and Aliens that I thought went out pretty good. First time I was running the system in person. I probably butchered the rules, and I don't really care because it was a good time. And then Friday the next day, I played an Easy D6 setting called Grimwood City with Dave from Grimwood Games. And it was a 3 o'clock game for that, so I stayed until the end, and that was an absolute blast as well. So there was a lot of cool things that I did this year that kept me in the loop. And Dave from Grimwood Games was absolutely phenomenal. He drove down from Maine. We connected Friday morning. We hung out for the next 2 days and had a great time. He's now back up in Maine. He actually left early on Sunday morning. So glad you got home safe, Dave, and thank you so much for hanging out. You made the convention work for me. That was a great time.
All right, I am here with Dave from Grimwood Games. We drove here yesterday from where?
Maine. 8 hours.
How was that drive?
That was long. And I had to go through New York City, which was not fun.
Yeah, don't do that.
I won't do that again.
That'd be good. All right, so what do you got on the plan for the day?
We got Free League Presents and Free League Encounter. Maybe some Dragonbane and some Walking Dead. It should be a lot of fun.
Awesome. And we got a big cage, so we got all our stuff secured.
Yeah, it's nice.
I have the key.
You do, so don't leave me.
Heading down to the lower level, hopefully for the RPG free play. The map is not great. Never has been. Dave, wave. Don't trip as you get down off the thing. Welcome to the RPG realm. This is our spot. Let's go. One of the other cool things that happened as we were getting in line for the Free League event an hour earlier, because I signed up for 2 Free League events. I thought they were both 1 hour, and I accidentally signed up for a 4-hour shot and a 1-hour shot, and I had to cancel the 4-hour, which was killing me because I wanted to play Walking Dead. But as I was going down there, I saw one of my players from my Castles and Crusades campaign. He was sitting on the floor, and I was like, hey, Josh, what's up? And then we had this conversation. So I come in here to PAX Unplugged. The first thing I think is one of my players in the Free League line. Hey, Josh.
Hey, how's it going, Wes?
I'm doing pretty good. What are you going to play?
I think I'm going to play either Symborum or Vaesen. I'm going to just see how the mood takes me when I enter the room.
That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm doing the one. You're doing a 4-hour session?
4-hour session today.
I'm trying to do a 1-hour just so I can get in and out.
Yeah, nice.
Because I'm going to do Dragonbane after this.
I'm really excited to hear about Dragonbane. So you'll have to let me know how that goes.
I'm going to run it at some point.
I have the starter set and I've read through it. It seems incredible.
The box is really, really cool.
It's beautiful.
And what are you going to be doing April 12th through 14th?
I think I'm going to be coming to your con and hopefully running some games.
That should be a lot of fun.
I'm excited.
Awesome. All right, thanks, Josh.
Yep, thanks, Wes. So
hopefully I'm going to get Josh to come and run a couple games at EcclesiaCon in April of 2024. He's local to me, which is really kind of cool. And Josh is a fantastic game master. My daughter loves him, has played Savage Worlds with him a couple times and thinks that's absolutely phenomenal. But then we ended up going from standing in line an hour early to running back upstairs to get into the queue in order to get into the actual expo hall once that opened up at 10 a.m. And so by the time we got up there the second time, we were in Q13, and I thought we were going to have to wait like a half hour to get into this place. And it was really only about 8 minutes after they started letting people in that they let all these queues in, and off we went.
Here we go. We're in, baby.
I brought the mirrorless.
Yeah, the mirrorless is nice. I almost brought my Mevo, but I didn't trust the connection in here. Okay, we're in. We are heading over to the expo hall, where hopefully I can see one Red Doug and say hello. But he might be busy right now. I don't want to interrupt him. Red Doug, you magnificent. Get out of here. Doug, how are you doing, man?
Pretty good. How you doing, Wes?
It's good to see you again.
Good. You put this microphone. I want a hug, man. I want a hug.
Yeah, good to see
There
you.
we go. Good to see you.
That's
Good
awesome.
to
We
see
didn't
you.
get the hug on you.
There you go.
I am so excited to be here. Look, I got 2 mics this year. I'm so happy.
Wow, you've leveled up.
I have. This is my friend Dave.
Dave, are you the? Oh yeah. We have seen you.
There you go. Say hi. There we go. For that. So what do you all got going on today?
Well, it's PAX East. You know, there's a few people that are coming through the door. You know, hanging out, selling some games, maybe showing off some games. But
I'm definitely. When is the Dragonbane Bestiary coming out?
So that will be Q1 of next year.
Okay.
If you pre-order right now on our website, you get the PDF immediately. So the print file's all done. It's just a matter of now we gotta get it printed and shipped over, and you know all that fun stuff that you got to do when you're doing publishing.
And what is coming up for Free League this year?
Okay, so in a few days, I think what's today? Today's the 30th.
First.
Today's the 1st.
You are in December.
So on the 5th,
yeah,
which is next Tuesday, we're launching on Kickstarter the Electric State RPG, the next RPG from Simon Stollenhag's art book series.
He's the same artist who did
Tales from the Loop.
Yes.
Things from the Flood, and the Electric State actually was picked up and it is going to be it's a Netflix film that's already it's in post production right now. That stars Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt.
No way.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Should be. I think they're going to try to time it so that the release of the RPG also kind of coincides with the release on Netflix.
Awesome.
So I probably later next year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. So that's the big thing coming up.
Yeah, that's the big thing that I can talk about coming up. So
I mean,
yes,
you
that
can
is the
slip.
big thing.
I won't tell anybody.
No. NDAs are there for a reason, Wes. No matter how good friends we are.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
We did sign up for the 1-hour encounter demo of Dragonbane with the Free League Games area. And so I did that with Mr. Dragonbane himself, Jonathan, who is not yet sponsored with Crown Royal. I do hope he gets that eventually. And did a 1 encounter combat kind of idea with that, a real short type of adventure. I played a Mallard Knight, which is, I've dreamed of playing this ever since I saw Mallards were a playable character inside Dragonbane, and had an absolute blast. Ran up, got slugged, went down to 1 hit point, stayed there because he's a noble knight. And then Dave from Grimwood Games, he was playing the wizard and decided he was going to use his gust ability to bounce the wind off the wall, blow the giant diamond we were trying to get back towards him, pick it up, shut the door, and run away as we were all left with a bunch of skeletons who were trying to kill us. And that was the end of the event, which was so much fun. It is exactly how I expected Dragonbane to go. That was a really cool time.
Currently, where is your situation with the Crown Royal sponsorship?
So I've talked to them a couple times. They know who I am. They're not looking for current sponsors, but I am wearing them down. I am slowly wearing them down. We are day 59 today.
Awesome. How many hours of Dragonbane have you run now?
By the end of 2023, I will be very close to 500 hours of Dragonbane since February 16th.
All right. And here's Dave. He's the mage who ran out with the diamond and left us all to die. Thank you.
By the time we got all that expo stuff done, we went and got some lunch. We did the Dragonbane, as I said, and then we descended into the lower level and found the free play room where I set up for my index card RPG adventure. We ran almost exactly 3 hours for that. It was so much fun. Stopped and got my PAX U mug, which is right there. I did not get one last year, which I'm kind of kicking myself about, and was drinking some wonderful root beer. And then the next day when I went back, I filled that up and got root beer and sarsaparilla and black cherry. I think I could have done it a fourth time, but I was kind of bouncing around in sugar at that point. The cool thing about the whole experience was that I learned from my mistakes of last year. I went in with a plan. I went in knowing that I could do this for so much time and then could go hang out somewhere else. It's a little more chatty with folks, especially for other folks that had content creators or media badges. I was talking with people for that. Handed out a ton of business cards for folks who also gave me their business cards back. I think I have almost a full deck at this point. Here are the oversized ones. So that's really kind of fun. I get to go through and put those all into my contact list and do my reach out for them. A lot of folks want to come on the live stream for skipping lunch. I'm really looking forward to talking with some of them as we move forward. That's going to be an absolute blast. So I really appreciated it. I think the coolest time for me of the entire convention was when I showed up. So my determination was I was going to try to get there as close to 8 o'clock when Will Call opened as possible on Friday. So Will Call opens at 8 and you can get into the external area of the hall. Saxby's was open. You could go get some coffee. And the media area was open. And it was kind of different this year because the food court area was not open for people to buy food. And so that whole upper level was technically designated for people who were either event staff or for media folks. So it was like you could go upstairs and just hang out. And so I went up early and found Dave, and we sat down in a nice little lounge area, and we were just having a conversation with a bunch of people who are there to create content based on their PAX U experience. Met a lot of guys who were local to the area, some folks who are based out of Trenton. Hopefully also going to be able to get them to come down for EcclesiaCon in April and do some games or promote it a little bit on their stream. And hopefully I'll have some conversations about that. But that was a really enjoyable time. For me, that media room this year for me was really cool because I bumped into some folks and had some great conversations, and that was a real bonus for me. So I did do some interviews with folks on the convention floor, just talked with them at their booths. I talked to the president of Chaosium, which I thought was a wonderful conversation. I am very interested in picking up basic role-playing. Going to put that on my birthday list at this point because I'm going to show you what I bought. I don't have any Christmas presents left at this point. And I talked to Wet Ink Games and a couple other really cool folks. So I'll be getting those interviews processed and out to you all. They're really short stuff. I'll just throw them up online as I get them done. That should be coming out all throughout the week. As for what I picked up at the convention, because I did go with some money to spend this year, although did not take a forward on my next Google payout or my next YouTube payout. I'm saving that for Philly Game Expo in January. But I did pick up a couple of really cool things. And my theme for this year for most of my pickups were games that I could play with my 5-year-old son, or things that I could do with my 5-year-old son. So the first one that I bought was actually this book here, The Little Game Master. And this is by Randall Hampton, who was one of the people I interviewed on Saturday. Wonderful, wonderful guy. I'm hoping to have him on the channel pretty soon. But this is a kid's book. I did not get this for me. This is literally for my son. So this is a Christmas present I got for him. Little Game Master also has a game system that you can play with kids 5 and up. I wasn't able to, because I had other things I was already slotted to buy. I wasn't able to pick that up, but hopefully in the future I will. The format is all basically the same as this. The rule books for the game are about as thick. And it's a nice hardback. The artwork is beautiful. And look at the little map on the inside there. So it's really kind of cool. I'm excited. This is going to be hard to keep secret until Christmas for that. Then the other game that I picked up, and I do want to point out that I am very angry at Wet Ink Games. And the reason why I'm angry at Wet Ink Games is because I was only able to afford to purchase one of their books at the convention, and I wanted to purchase pretty much all of them. And I had been looking at Never Going Home for a rather long time, and eventually I'll pick it up. But again, my theme was games I could play with my 5-year-old son. And so, of course, I picked up Hecking Good Doggos, which was a star of the convention last year. And you basically are dogs doing dog things. And I'm kind of looking forward to playing that. And if I don't play it with my 5-year-old, I might play it with my neighbors, because they all have dogs, and I think they would find that enjoyable. Then I got over to Indie Press Revolution. This is a game that one of my friends has and was going to play at one of our one-shot events, and I'm hoping will come to EcclesiaCon to play it. but this is Raccoon Sky Pirates, where you're basically, I think, anthropomorphic raccoons who don't need all that much to be anthropomorphized. Yeah. Building a ship so they can raid the suburbs for supplies. This also comes with a Christmas adventure, so I'm probably going to crack this open just to get the PDF code for that I can download it. The other games are actually staying sealed. I'm not allowed to get them until Christmas. They will be under the tree, and I'll be chomping at the bit to get into them. But if I steal the PDFs, I might be able to do that, which would be fun. And then the last book that I got, as my alert goes off, the last one that goes off is No Thank You Evil from Monty Cook Games. I had a bunch of things that I wanted to pick up from Monty Cook. And again, I was limiting myself to one, and I was really flipping a coin because I was going to get this or basic role playing, but I wanted something I could play with my kid. This is kind of from what I saw in the small demo they had and in the descriptions I had from other people. This is like Cipher System Light. So you can build it up as you get used to more and more complex play, and eventually build yourself into the Monty Cook character design of I am an adjective, noun, who, verbs. I think it just starts off as a noun, if I was interpreting that correctly. But this is something I really wanted to look at for a couple of months now, and I am excited that I finally have it in-house. And again, that is going to stay shrink-wrapped until Christmas. So I'll be sitting here sweating, and then I'm going to be drooling over what I can get for my stuff at Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo in January, and that'll be a lot of fun. So other things I have coming up on the channel right now is tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, I am going to have the Dungeon Minister on. Been trying to work at a time where I could get him on, and I finally felt a comfortable enough place where I was with the technology and time to actually do some chatting with him that I could do that invite. And so I've been really looking forward to that for a long time, and I'm glad that we're able to make that happen. Maybe we'll talk about some convention planning advice, because I'm going to need a lot for CleeseCon in April this year. That is coming up. I am still reading Candela Obscura. Obviously, the last couple of days I've been a little busy with PAX U. I've not been able to sit down and just read books. I'm going to finish that book and get that review up because it's a neat system. And I think I pointed out we had a brewery that just opened up just a couple blocks from here, the next town over, that I can walk to. And it might be a perfect system to run in just a social space like that, where I can grab folks and we can sit down and roll some dice and play Candela Obscura, and that should be a fun time. Household is over on my shoulder there, and I am very thankful for Two Little Mice for their conversation that we had the other week. If you have not seen that interview, they are phenomenal. Please go check them out. Check out their other game that just came out, Outgunned, and that game I'm going to have to devour. I am going to bump it back because I have Adventurous back there on the shelf right over here, and I have Marvel Superheroes. I have to get into these books. Adventurous because it was sent to me. I am obligated to get it out there for someone as soon as I possibly can. I really feel that. And then Marvel Superheroes just because it's Marvel Superheroes, and I love Marvel Superheroes. I collected almost exclusively Marvel comics when I was a kid, and I had the original Phase Rip Marvel Superheroes, so I want desperately to read this book, and it's been mocking me for a long time. So that's what I got going on. And I hope that you all are having a wonderful time. If you were at PAX and I did not connect with you, I am sorry. Let me know how your experiences were. If you are at another convention, I know there's a couple going on right now. Let me know all the cool things that you did at your conventions and some advice for me as I go back next year or even to Philadelphia Area Gaming Expo in January. That'll be in Oaks, PA. I'm looking forward to that as well. And please, as always, tell me what games you're playing, what cool things are happening in your campaigns, and all the fun stories that you have. I love that sort of interaction. And until we see each other again, folks, which I hope will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern as I talk to the Dungeon Minister, happy playing, everyone.